Hi everyone, thank you for joining this Pilates session where we're going to be working on exercises for your hips and glutes to help you develop and improve an independent seat. So all the exercises we're doing here are going to be working on precision of placement and movement and control around your hip and pelvis area. So before you start, I'd like you to make sure you're sitting comfortably. I'm cross-legged. If you want to sit frog's legs or legs straight in front, that's absolutely fine. Also, if you find that you need a little boost underneath you, so a folded towel or a small block, that's absolutely fine as well. I'd like you to have equal weight through your seat bones. That's always going to be your starting point. Equal weight in the centre before you get started. Arms across your chest, and then you're turning your shoulders from side to side, keeping your shoulders level and keeping that equal weight through your seat bones as you go through those turns. So if you can't, or if you find this really difficult, then actually you need to be working on this more before you even start trying to improve the strength elsewhere. You've got to have your base centered before you can then start to build from that point. Okay, let's then go onto your back with your feet and knees approximately hip width apart. I'd like you to have your right hand on the floor beside you and the left hand at the top of your neck or the base of your head. Then you're going to keep your low back, tummy and pelvis quite still. If you can, bring your pelvic floor up onto floor 3. Float your fingers, reach for your right toes and bring your left shoulder towards your right knee and bring everything back down together. So in doing this and keeping your low back, tummy and pelvis still, we're moving just through your upper and mid back. We're not doing a big sit up, which is where you start to move through your low back and pelvis. We're keeping that little bit of you still, and we're keeping this precise to your upper body. So when we're looking at hip and glutes activity and thinking of your independent seat, it's not always about movement. Sometimes it's about that ability to stay still through your seat. Okay, let's swap and have your right hand at the top of your neck, left hand on the floor beside you. Again, pelvic floor onto floor 3 if you can. Float your fingers, reach for your left toes, and it's right shoulder towards your left knee, and everything back down together. So again, you're getting the movement through your upper and mid back, not through your low back and pelvis. And what's this got to do with your hips and glutes? Well, you're using muscles around your hips to help you keep that stability through this particular movement. Okay, we're going to do one more this way. Okay, then take your hands out and have them onto the floor beside you. We're going to move on to your hip twist. So you've got two options for doing this one. You can go from the floor, rolling one knee out to the side, back up to the top, and then the same with the other knee. Or you can go from your tabletop position, where you're rolling the whole leg out from side to side. But whichever position you're in, I'd like you to bring your hands in, and you're going to do opposite arm, going in the opposite direction to the leg. Now this is, if you've done these sessions with me before, this is one of your wine glass exercises. If you are new to the concept of wine glass exercises, you want to imagine, or if you don't drink wine, any drink of your choice, you want to imagine that you've got a glass of wine balanced in or on the knee and the hand that aren't moving. So this actually is a double whammy. This is an independent seat and independent contact exercise. You're trying to make sure that you can move one leg without it interfering with the other leg, and the same thing with your hands. By putting them together actually is quite a tricky exercise to do. One more each way. Okay, bring your arms down if they were up, bring your legs down one time if they were up. We're going to move on to your scissors, and there are 3 options you can do for this one. And I suggest that you have your hands onto those headlights on the front of your pelvis for a little bit of positional feedback. Again, if you can, pelvic floor onto floor 3 before you start. And if you're going for level 1, you're bringing one foot up into the tabletop position, and the same with the other leg, so you're alternating from leg to leg from here. If you want to go from the tabletop position, you're taking one foot down, back up, and then the same with the other one. And if you want to do the hard version, you're going to do both legs on the go at the same time. So what we're looking for here, and I'm sure I've got some grass flapping around in my feet, so apologies if you can see it. What we're looking for here is your ability to keep stillness through your low back and your pelvis, and for both legs to be on the go at the same time, doing something different, but without that interfering or affecting any other parts of your body. So again, this is where we're looking for that independence of movement. You can move around as much as you like in one place, but it's not going to interfere with the rest of your body. Okay, one more, and then bring your feet down one at a time. Have a little bit of a breather. We're going to move on to the double leg stretch. Again, you've got two different options for doing this. This is again a slightly mean one because it's bringing your contact in as well. You've got two options with your legs. If you're going to go from the floor, you're sliding one leg straight and back in, and sliding the other leg straight and back in. If you're going to go from tabletop, you're straightening one leg away and back in, and straightening the other leg away and back in. As you're doing that, again, try to keep still for your low back, tummy and pelvis. Then you're bringing your hands up above your shoulders, and you're going to do a circle with your arms. Keep it quite small, and you want to synchronize it with your legs. If you make your circles really big, it's much harder to synchronize the timing with your legs. And again, we're looking for when you move your one leg, the other leg is staying nice and still, so it's not interfering. So the leg that's moving isn't interfering with the other leg. Got your wine glass balanced on that leg. Remember to breathe as well. One more with each leg. Okay, then bring your legs down one at a time. Bring your hands down one at a time. Have a little bit of a breather. We're going to do a gentle glutes stretch. So if you start with your right foot in front of your left knee and pop your hands around the back of your left thigh. If you can't go any further, you can always just gently hold that position, pushing the right knee away from you. Otherwise, there you're gently going to bring your left knee in the direction of your left shoulder, and you should feel it down through your right buttock and thigh, and then ease that pressure off. And again, bring your left shoulder towards your left knee and ease off. I'm going to do one more this side and ease off, and then we're swapping over. Remember, we're not trying to stretch and make your glutes longer, we're just making sure we're taking those muscles through their full range. So again, you can stop there and just gently push the left knee away, or else hands around the back of your right thigh and gently bringing your right knee in the direction of your right shoulder and ease off. And again, right knee towards your right shoulder and ease off. And we'll do one more this way. Okay, and then let's bring your feet back down. We're going to turn onto your side, and we're going to do a reverse clam exercise. So you need to have your top leg up in front of you, just somewhere that feels comfortable. Now, if you find that in order to get your knee to the floor, you are really rolling forward through your pelvis, just pop a cushion underneath your knee just to support the knee and lift you up a little bit, and then you're going to stay a bit more level through your pelvis. Your bottom leg is bent comfortably underneath you, and you're going to lift and lower through your foot. So you should feel as you're doing this that you're rotating around your thigh, rotating around your hip, which is in your groin here, keeping that mouse hole open. So this is basically a reverse clam movement. And this is a great one for precision of leg aids onto the girth, behind the girth, in front of the girth, wherever you want it. But you're looking for that very precise movement of pushing your foot in and out. So as if you were pushing your leg onto the side of the horse and off again. And you're keeping it very precise. You're only moving through that one leg, through that one area of your hip. Okay, we're going to whiz straight round, do the same thing on the other side, so you can just turn over if you want to. And again, bringing that top leg up in front of you, supported if you need to, mouse hole open, and then you're lifting and lowering that underneath foot. Feeling the rotation through your thigh, through your hip, keeping the mouse hole open as you go. My ground is a little bit lumpy, so sometimes it fills in the mouse hole. Honestly, it does. Okay, and again, you're looking for that precision of lift and lower, keeping it smooth and controlled, so you're only moving through the hip and down your thigh on that leg. Okay, let's come up so that you are kneeling up onto your knees, and we're going to do the side kick from this position. We're going to go all to one side and then all to the other side. So I'd like you to go down, it's the arm little teapot exercise, and back up again. You're looking to try and get that leg as horizontal as possible. So now you are controlling your descent and push up on the leg that you're weight bearing on, and then you're trying to control your leg position on the leg that you're pointing out to the side. Get it as horizontal as you can, and then you're really getting the control and precision element coming in with the glutes on your straight leg. Let's do one more of these. Okay, then we're going to swap and go the other way. I need to give myself a little bit more space, so I'm going to go down my mat and then over we go again. So once again, you're controlling the descent and the lift with the leg that you are on. You're looking for that precision of placement with the leg that's coming up horizontal. And if you are weaker on one side, you'll probably find it harder to get that particular leg horizontal. So that's something that you want to be working on. And okay, getting your leg horizontal isn't necessarily something that we do in the saddle frequently, but it's an indication that your glutes on that side aren't as strong, and they're not going to be supporting you in your leg placement as much as they could do. Okay, then you're going to stay up into that kneeling position, hands up in front of you as if you were holding your reins, making nice soft hands, soft elbows, keeping them steady as you lean back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see that from the side, because as you're leaning back, you want to keep a straight line through shoulders, headlights and knees, so you're not just arching backwards, you're actually leaning backwards. And this is a really, really good one for your hip flexors. You might well feel your glutes joining in a little bit to help you. This is really, really good for those muscles down the front of your hips, particularly if you jump. So this is great exercise for drop fences. Don't try and push it too far, you will regret it tomorrow morning if you try and push it too far. Let's do one more of these. Okay, then bring one foot up in front. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch, just like with those glute stretches there. We're not trying to make the tissues longer, we're just trying to take them through their full available range. So get your balance, think where your headlights are, tilt them upwards, and you're going to push them forwards and ease back off. You'll note my shoulders are staying over my pelvis. Then again, tilt upwards and push forwards, crack goes my knee, and up. Do one more, tilt up and push forwards. Okay, and then let's swap over, do the same thing with the other leg. Get your balance first, headlights up, push them forwards, and ease off. And tilt up, push forwards, ease off. We'll do one more this way, tilt up, push forwards, and ease back off. And we're going to finish there. So as always, this is a selection of exercises that are going to help your body. Really well done as a collective, because they're going to help build your strength and stamina. But if you find that there's any particular exercise here that you are definitely better able to do on, if that makes sense, on one side more than the other, then that's a really useful one to practice more frequently. You don't have to do the whole session, but try and incorporate that exercise a little bit more. So I hope that's been a revelatory session. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and also if you share that you've been doing these sessions, tag me in it. That's always much appreciated too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.